Amen. My lady, if you may lead us in a national anthem.
Free men we stand under the flag of our land, Zambia, praise to thee, oh, one strong and free.
Thank you so much. So without much ado, may I Honorable Kalaba, former MP Bahati, former Minister of Foreign Affairs, to address us this morning.
Thank you so much. And welcome, colleagues, to our residence. You are very welcome, all of you. Don't feel at home. Be at home. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time to attend today's press briefing. That has been long overdue. As you all know, 5 years ago, I made a decision to take my fight for humanity to the next level, as I felt that life would not be good for me if it was not good for the majority of citizens. I have every conviction that what makes Zambia lag behind appears is its failure to pursue a proper agenda that is predicated on raising the standard of living of the majority of Zambians. When President Michael Chilufya called me to join him in the PF, I saw in him a genuine passion and desire to liberate the people of Zambia. Without any hesitation, I joined him in his pursuit to ushering in a pro-poor movement that culminated in the PF winning elections in 2011 and ushering in a pro-poor government. Following President Sata's election as the country's fifth president, he did not just embark on delivering unprecedented infrastructure development, but also made adjustments to the pay-as-you-earn to ensure that it was more accommodating to the poor and less privileged. His stand on corruption and abuse of office made Michael Chilufya not just an attractive leader to work with, but also helped Zambia to be a preferred country to invest in, especially from those who sought to make a difference in people's lives. The evidence of what we set off to do under Michael Chilufya's leadership can be seen today by the number of schools and health posts and hospitals that were built over a 10-year period. Traveling across provinces and countries is easier today because we ushered in a pro-poor government that got down to work and to address the needs of the majority poor in Zambia. 10 years later, the UPND government was ushered into office, and what was their first agenda? 1. Hand over the nation to the rich and the powerful. 2. Develop a system that makes the rich richer and the poor poorer. 3. Give concessions to mining houses so that the nation becomes more dependent on foreign interests. 4. Ignore conventional wisdom and follow what the rich tell you, no matter how much they hate citizens. 5. Take away subsidies from the citizens and give it to foreign firms. 6. Take the credit for all good things and blame all the bad things on the previous government. The challenges the country has had to contend with over the last 10 months has given me great conviction that we need to start making the necessary preparations to build a coalition of people and parties that share the passion for a prosperous Zambia that is concerned about the welfare of Zambians. Now is the time to start building linkages that will, in 2026, rid this nation of a self-serving leadership that prides in making the poor poorer and the rich richer. Now is the time to start the process of giving back the nation to the majority Zambians who were deceived in 2021 and settled for a fraud. Rule of law. Whereas the president would like us to believe that he is the best thing that ever happened to this country and that he has leveled the political playing field, his fear of the inevitable in 2026 has made him so apprehensive to the point that he's even scared of his own shadow. When we last held a press briefing and told the nation that the president was the sponsor of the infighting in the DP, people turned up against us and asked us to provide evidence of the same. As fate would have it, KBN television made their scoop public in the form of a recording of 2 senior government officials, the Special Assistant to the President at Politics, Mr. Levi Ngoma, and the Permanent Secretary for Home Affairs and Internal Security, Mr. Joseph Sakafu. That revelation alone was enough to vindicate us and to show the world that indeed the president has been meddling in the internal affairs of opposition parties. When we engaged the international community over the revelation, they could not help but liken it to the Watergate scandal. But the president opted for total silence. Very well that the incriminating words that were uttered by his special assistant were uttered with his permission. Even when he was asked at the press briefing at State House by Jonah from Diamond TV, he said, let's talk after this press conference. So, I mean, who does that? Feudal leadership. As a politician, I have sought to drive equity, level the playing field, and pursue a non-violent policy for expressing their freedom of speech. We have seen Honorable Mbipiri being locked up for over 140 days without being taken to court. We have seen Honorable Nakachinda, Mr. Chulufakayari, and many more suffer at the hands of a government that claims to be a pioneer of freedom of movement and association. While on the one hand, Zambians are struggling and can hardly make ends meet, the New Dawn government is being supported by a strong international PR that is aimed at projecting it as the government of the people, when in fact, it is a feudal leadership, a wolf, seeking to squeeze itself in a sheep's skin. A leadership that is keen on creating deals through its offshore linkages, as opposed to dealing with the inadequacy of the country's social services. a leadership that does not understand that the value of the leader is in his ability to honor his or her way. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say warning to those who seek to exploit Zambia's resources through the imposition of a puppet government. Enough is enough. It is a shame. It is a shame for former statesmen to hide behind foundations while they facilitate the pillaging of African resources. I want to call upon those former African leaders who are being used as agents of confusion on the continent of Africa to desist from such divisive activities. While you pretend to be supporting democracy on the continent, the puppet master you have put in office is busy seeking to destroy internal democracy. How do you explain a president who appoints Joseph Sakafumba, a man who became prominent after creating confusion in the NDC? How do you explain that this kind of caliber is one that has even been sent to the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, such a sensitive ministry? How does a president who believes in democracy make it his preoccupation to destroy opposition leaders and their parties? How does a president who believes in internal democracy send the police after a television station for exposing an audio recording of his permanent secretary and his special assistant planning to frustrate and stifle an opposition leader? Is this the democracy their foundation seeks to promote? Or maybe it is just a facade that is used as a basis of siphoning mineral wealth from unsuspecting Africans? Ladies and gentlemen, I will not stand by and watch while things deteriorate in Zambia. Neither will I stand by and let the lengthy and protracted legal process stand in the way of my pursuing a cause for a better Zambia. It is clear, very clear, that there are forces at play seeking to frustrate our cause for the economic emancipation of Zambia. Theirs is an agenda to keep us perpetually dependent on foreign interests, even for things that we can handle internally. Therefore, after serious reflection and prayerful introspection, I have made a decision to resign my position as president of the Democratic Party, and indeed from the Democratic Party itself. A party that I have, over the past 5 years, helped to build, having lifted it from a dormant state to participating in the 2021 general elections and fielding candidates across all the 10 provinces. Subsequent to my resignation from the DP, we are now proceeding to lodge in an application for the formation of another political party. And I'll do it myself. I'm not going to use surrogates this time. I'll do it myself. So that they don't say, no, you're saying, I will do it myself. As you may be aware, this decision has been necessitated by the delay in the disposal of the ongoing case in the courts of law. While I'm optimistic about the future of our judiciary, I am concerned by the manner in which our case has been handled. And for this reason, I've decided to step out and start the task of preparing to participate in the 2026 general election. I'm sure all of you have been following what has been happening in the Democratic Party. I was under the impression myself as a layman that obviously from October when this thing started, our courts were going to adjudicate within 3-4 months and this thing was going to be over. So we waited. hoping that the court would say whether it is Harry Kalaba who is president or who is not president of the party. It didn't happen. We have had to go through 3 judges just over this matter. 3 judges just over this matter. We have had to write in February this year, even to the Chief Justice, over this same matter. In May, when the first ruling was done, there were issues we wanted to appeal. But because we didn't want to procrastinate the process, we said, let's just leave it. Let the courts adjudicate. Let them tell us whether I was legitimately elected at the convention or not. And then we move on. We don't know when the ruling will come out. Maybe it will be in 2024, maybe it will be 2026, I don't know. And I don't have powers to force the courts to move at the pace I want them to move. They move at their own pace for their own reasons. But at least I've got reasons myself to make progress in what I'm doing. Allow me to serve notice to our detractors. There is no stopping us now. This train is moving in full motion. For those who believe in the cause of a Zambia that represents the need of Zambians, to you who believe that you were lied to last year and therefore need to put an end to the lies in 2026, to you the youths who believe that Zambia deserves to be an economic hub of the region, going by the main natural resources the country is endowed with, I urge you to join me and let's start working together so that we build a movement that will take back power from self-serving imperialists. Join me as we embark on this journey to transform Zambia, a journey that seeks to give back Zambia to the Zambians, and not the rich who want to pilot the wealth of the nation and shelve it in their offshore accounts and some tax havens. In conclusion, I want to thank my family and friends for the support and for permitting me to take yet another course in life. Finally, let me also appreciate you, the Fourth Estate, for standing by the truth. I trust as we embark on this journey, we'll provide you with information to share with the nation and the international community. More importantly, we ask you to be a part of the cause for a better and prosperous Zambia. God bless you, and God bless Zambia. I thank you.